The Dragon's Armada was a proven, professional, and globally engaged force. The People's Liberation Army Navy, or PLAN, had systematically solved the crises of technology, quantity, and even operational doctrine. They had the ships, they had the skills, and they had the confidence.
A powerful navy
but in
that
achieving
can
this
surge
final
to a
mastery,
crisis is one
they
thing,
faced the most
but a
grinding,
true
unglamorous,
global
and difficult
must
challenge of
endure.
all: the problem of persistence. A powerful navy that can surge to a crisis is one thing. A true global navy must be able to maintain that presence day in and day out, across multiple oceans, simultaneously, without breaking. This is a brutal, unforgiving marathon of logistics, maintenance, and manpower. The plan had proven it could sprint, but could it endure? The initial batch of their revolutionary Type 052D destroyers was a stunning achievement, but it was still a finite number of hulls, being pushed to the absolute limit by an ever-expanding list of global missions. This was the quiet crisis of a new superpower navy. For every destroyer on a high-profile far seas patrol, another was needed for training, and another was inevitably tied up in a lengthy and complex maintenance period. The fleet was being stretched thin, the operational tempo was relentless, and the strain on both the complex new ships and their crews was immense. A single, unexpected major refit on one ship could create a critical capability gap for an entire fleet. This created a dangerous vulnerability. A navy that cannot sustain its presence is a navy that cannot be relied upon. Its power becomes episodic, a series of impressive but fleeting appearances. The United States Navy's global dominance is built on the sheer depth of its roster. Its ability to have multiple, battle-ready ships ready to take the place of any vessel that needs to come off the line. China's new armada was powerful, but was it deep? Was it resilient enough to withstand the grinding wear and tear of a permanent global presence? Or would it burn itself out, a brilliant but short-lived nova? To truly become a persistent global power, they needed more than just a first wave of ships. They needed reinforcements. They needed strategic depth. The solution was to continue the relentless pace of production, to move beyond the initial shock and awe of a new fleet and into the quiet, professional business of building strategic depth. It was a commitment to creating a fleet so numerous that it could absorb the punishing demands of a global operational cycle without ever showing weakness. The ship that would become a quiet symbol of this new phase of endurance was the 12th destroyer of Project 052D, a vessel assigned to the critical Southern Theater Command,
most profound proof,
the CNS Jiaozuo, hull number 163.
Tempo.
The Jiaozuo was a statement of a Navy building for the long haul.
Can now do this.
Commissioned in early 2022, she was not a prototype or a trailblazer. She was a vital reinforcement. She was a product of a mature, efficient, and high-speed production line that was now the envy of the world. Her arrival was not a headline-grabbing first, but it was, in many ways, more significant. It was the tangible proof that China could not only build a revolutionary fleet, but could sustain and expand it indefinitely. Assigned to the Southern Fleet, the gateway to the Indian Ocean and the world, the Jiaozuo's role was clear: to be a seamless, professional, and reliable workhorse. She was forged from the same 7,500-ton, 64 VLS cell blueprint as her predecessors, but her mission was to provide the resilience that only numbers can. Her commissioning was a powerful symbol of the plan's transition from building a navy for presence to building a navy for persistence. The proof of this new, persistent power is in the quiet routine and increasingly global nature of the plan's operations. The CNS Jiaozuo did not need to undertake a single groundbreaking mission to prove her worth. Her value was in her contribution to the whole. Her deployments have been the undeniable proof of a navy with a deep bench. We have seen her, the proof in her reliability, seamlessly rotating into task forces, taking the place of an older sister ship that is due for maintenance, ensuring that the plan's presence in a critical sea lane never wavers. We see her participating in complex multi-squadron exercises, not as a novelty, but as a standard integral part of a vast and powerful naval machine. The most profound proof is in the new, sustainable operational tempo of the entire fleet. With a deep roster of over 24 Type 052D destroyers now in service, the plan can now do what was previously impossible: It can sustain multiple, simultaneous, long-range deployments while also conducting training and maintenance at home. Without stripping its fleets of their primary assets, the arrival of the Jiaozuo and her late batch sisters was the moment the plan solved the final, grinding equation of global naval power. The Dragon's reach was no longer just long, it was permanent. The legacy of the CNS Jiaozuo is that she is the ship that represents the ultimate success of the Type 052D program. She is the embodiment of the moment China's naval power transitioned from a stunning industrial miracle into a sustainable, enduring, and truly global force. While the Kunming was the blueprint and the Hefei proved the professionalism, the Jiaozuo and her sisters are the proof of persistence. They are the ships that provide the strategic depth, the sheer numbers that allow a powerful navy to become a permanent one. They are the quiet professionals, the workhorses that have ensured that the Dragon's Armada is not a fleeting spectacle, but a permanent feature of the 21st century maritime world. The CNS Jiaozuo is more than a destroyer. She is a symbol of a navy that has mastered not just the art of shipbuilding, but the brutal, grinding science of sustained global operations. She is a testament to a nation's ability to not only build a revolution, but to sustain it indefinitely. In the great power competition of the 21st century, endurance is the final victory. Share this video.